Le champagne, hein, c'est bon pour tout.
Paarden ben je...
Niet open in de kast.
Godverdomme.
Opa zegt Godfried Bomans.
Ik zei al wel, ik heb kanker. Wat?
Champagne is a movie that's premiering here in Brazil on August 6th, and I'm here with Tim Kamps, who's the director of the movie. Tim, congratulations on the film, and thank you for having a time to chat with us, because the movie is such a personal story written by and starring Leo Alkemade, based on his own experience with his father. How did you get involved in this project?
Oh, well, Leo has been a friend of mine for many years because he played in a series I did, a science fiction series I did like 8 years ago. And at that point, he was already working on the story because 10 years ago, his father died and he wanted to take his father to the Champagne area before he died because it was a wish of his father. He really liked champagne and liked tasting champagne. And but they didn't get the chance because his father died, so they couldn't make the trip. So Leo had to make the trip on his own to the Champagne area, and he went through all the hotels and stuff they booked, and he actually started writing the script alone while he was thinking about his father, who was supposed to be going along. So it was also quite an emotional journey for Leo to make the film, because he made the trip finally with his movie father, with his film father. So it was quite for me, it was special to be a part of that, to witness that emotional story. Yeah.
The movie is like a wish fulfillment, so it's a story that didn't happen, but it happens on the movie. So it's the magic of cinema that can bring father and son together.
Yeah, it was and even the hotel where we filmed our last 2 days, it was the hotel where Leo would have gone with his real father, and in that hotel room he wrote the script. So it was really quite special to be a part of that. Yeah.
Well, Leo is great in the movies, and so is Hub Stapal, who plays his father. What was the casting process like to find the right father for the film?
Well, Leo is like a famous comedian actor in Holland. So he was already working on the movie for 10 years, like I said. And it's hard to find a good father because we wanted it to be a light character. He has to have some lightness in it, some humor, and also some drama. So he had to do both. And Hoop Stapel, which is also a quite famous actor since the 80s here in Holland. He plays in lots of big movies. And actually, he did the screen test the best. He was light and also sometimes a little bit darker when he needed to, and also the emotional round you have to do such a part. He had it also all in him. So, and also they had a chemistry together. So you would test on the floor together to see how they react to each other. So it was quite an easy choice at that time. Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with me, but comedic actors can be great drama actors. Can you elaborate that, and if you agree with me with that?
Yeah, I thought about that a lot actually, because Leo is such a comedic actor. Before this role, he never did a serious role, so that was also quite special to be a part of that. And I think it's something to do with timing. I think he's very good at timing jokes in his previous career. So also it's technical. It's a technicality you can easily talk about with him. And then also Leo, I didn't know that about Leo at the time, but he could also be emotional. So he can cry on command. So I think it's something to do with timing, and also just have the talent to play himself, because I think that's also a hard thing to do. Play yourself. Don't do too much. Because I also make a sketch program in Holland with Leo, and then he's really like over the top funny, So I had to on set, I had to bring it down all to make it real, to make him play himself actually, because he's playing himself, which is, I think it's the hardest thing to do for an actor.
And was there a lot of rehearsals before shooting, or not?
No, I don't. No, we didn't do a lot of rehearsals, but it also has to do with Huub Stapel was a very busy man, so it was hard. I think we did one read through, and then on set we just let it occur, and then because the most scenes are with the two of those, so it's really easy to make them also improvise and stuff. So it was yeah, that was nice. But we had to work fast because we filmed the film, I think, in 16 days. So that's because the budget is so
Very
low.
fast.
Yeah, it's very fast. It's almost not, but because they were with the two of them, it was going quite fast. So yeah, but it was hard to film in 16 days. It's crazy.
But you do what you can do with the time and the budget you have. So
And
eh,
also lots of shots are in the studio. Actually, you don't see it, but we have a great studio in Holland where we put in the car, and there is a big LED screen behind and on top to make the sky. So and then you can work really fast because you can play the road back to the beginning to do it again. If you had to do that in real life, you had to turn a car around, you know. So that also helps to film it in that time period.
and road movies are a staple of cinema. Road movies are because we get to see a character's evolution happen over a short period of time. What was it like shooting all of that against such a beautiful French scenery? Because you said done things on studio, but I imagine you went to Champagne area because we see that in the movie as well.
Yeah, it was quite nice to make the trip there. Also, if, and to see the only thing was, we decided to film it on a time frame where the vineyards weren't blooming yet, so they were quite how do you say not with leaves and stuff. So it was a choice, but I think it actually turned out great because it also says something. They say it in the movie also. They're a little bit too early to see it in full, in full beautiful effect. But I think it's gives some melancholy to the film also. So it was quite a, and it was great to be there with Leo. He knew the area. No, he was there. He went there before, so he knew the places where we had to film. So a lot of it is also improvised. We drive by some farmer and we said, "Oh, let's film this scene here," you know. So that was also great to do.
And one thing that really resonates, especially with male audiences, is the father-son dynamic. We can love
Yeah,
our fathers to death, but communication can still be tough. The film speaks volumes about what happens when there is no one to bridge that gap, since the mother is usually the mediator and she's absent on the trip. So this theme, I think, is one great the movie brings to the audience. But Brazilian audience can understand that because it's a universal story, right?
yeah, yeah. For instance, when I read the script for the first time, I felt so. It felt almost like the father of the son relationship I had with my father, you know, and because they go on a trip together in their adulthood, you know, the son has grown up, and they haven't spent that much time together in his adulthood. So now they suddenly sit together for like a couple of days and just have to rely on each other, and it's really funny. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to communicate, and I think it's very recognizable. And in the film, you see the funniness about. You see the comic. It's comedy. It's also funny because they are annoyed with each other, but in the long run, you know, they grow towards each other and they get to understand each other again on a whole nother level. So that's I think that's very yeah, resonating. That resonates with a lot of people. Yeah, also in Holland. Yeah.
And the movie flows very well. How was the post production, the editing? It's a very fast movie. It's 90 minutes, so you can tell a story very fast, but it has the arc very
Yeah.
well done. So how was the post production?
I think it was for me an interesting learning process because um, when I went to France, I put a camera in the windshield, like we were filming all roads and stuff and nature, and I didn't use very much of it in the film because I just focused on the two guys in the car, and you can tell you don't have to when they're moving from point A to B, you don't have to tell the whole road, you don't have to see everything. So I think that is what the editor and me discovered to keep the pace going, to keep they get in the car and suddenly they're stopped by the police. It goes very fast in that sense. So I threw away lots of material, just dressed it down a lot. So that was interesting to see. Yeah,
And how the movie played on your country?
it was the best-selling movie from this year, so that was great. Holland is not a especially for Dutch movies, not a lot of people go to see movies. Um so it was great that so many people went. Also because they're two famous actors from Holland, so that obviously helped. But also I think what you said, the story is so recognizable, and it resonates with a lot of people. So that's what also helped. So it's really mouth to mouth, how do you say, advertisement, which got people to the theaters and made it the best-selling movie here. And also, it's nice to see go to over the ocean to
Abroad,
Brazil. So
yes.
I'm really honored with that. It's great. So and I hope it will have the same resonance there over there.
What do you expect with our Brazilian audience?
It was funny because I wasn't expecting much, but then I saw the trailer was online on some Brazilian Instagram site, and I was checking the comments like I do in Holland, and it occurred to me that there were the same comments. So I was like, okay, it was people like saying like, oh, the trailer already gives me goosebumps, or I'm scared to watch because it will be sad or something, or they will. So it was the same reactions. So that was. So I hope and I expect that the reactions to be the same. If it's I don't know the cinema in Brazil. I've never been there, but I hope lots of people will go. I don't know, but yeah, it's nice that it's even there, for other audiences to see. That's a gift, That's I'm grateful for that. So, but it's I hope a lot of people will see it. Yeah, I think it's what you say. It's just a universal story, and it gives the same feeling. Yeah, it gives that. And it's also a funny movie, so that's also nice. It's light and dark sometimes, but it's yeah.
For the people who's afraid of the dark themes, it's not a movie about loss. It's a movie about connection. So I think it's important to say that.
Yeah. I think it gives a sort of hope also. And in the end, it's also a sad story, of course, because Leo lost his father. I will not spoil anything, but um, yeah, but it gives it's a warm film for me. I can still watch it and feel like a little bit warm about it, and have so that I'm glad with that. I think that's the reason it also resonated with a big audience here. It's a light film with touching elements. Also, the music helps. There's great music in it. So yeah, I'm glad with how it all worked out. Yeah,
Okay, so
even with this budget, because it's very hard to make a film with such a low budget in such short days. So I'm really glad how it went.
Tim, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
And please invite our audience to see the movie in theaters, Champagne, starting August 6th in Brazil.
Well, hi, my name is Tim Kamps. I'm the director of Champagne. The movie is coming out on the 6th of August. I really invite you to go see it. It's a universal story about a father and son who go on one final road trip together. And I think it's a universal story which you can enjoy with your parents, with your father, with your mother. So I invite you to go see it, and let me know what you think.
Okay, Tim, thank you so much for your time
Thank
and
you.
success with the film.
Thank you so much for the interview.